Acknowledge.
New construction options. Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Unit ready.
Acknowledge you.
Training.
Got it.
Unit
Roger.
ready. Training.
Acknowledge.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Training.
Ready and waiting. Roger.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Training. Unit ready.
Waiting orders. Affirmative.
Training. Unable to comply. Building in progress. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Knowledge. Affirmative. Reporting. You got it. Affirmative. 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 Roger. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Right away, sir. Ready and waiting. Roger. Right away, sir. Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Right away, sir.
Training. Unit ready. Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Building. Unit lost.
Vehicle, affirmative. Acknowledge, affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Reporting. You got it. Reporting.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building. Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Affirmative. Reporting. You got it.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Vehicle reporting.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Construction complete. Unit lost. Building.
Reporting. Acknowledge. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Vehicle acknowledge. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Waiting orders. Yes, sir.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative.
Construction complete. Unit ready. New construction options. Low power. Building.
Yes. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Waiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction
Acknowledge.
complete.
Vehicle affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Construction complete. Building. Building. Insufficient funds.
Acknowledge. You got it. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. You
Unit
got it.
ready.
Roger.
Building.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Waiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Waiting orders. Yes, sir.
Construction
Reporting.
complete. Unit ready. Building. Building.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Reporting. Yes, acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Building.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction
Acknowledge. Reporting.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Building.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Construction
Yes, sir.
complete.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Unit
Reporting.
lost.
Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Building. Unit
Acknowledge.
lost.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yep. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Building.
Roger. Not a problem. Roger. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Right away, sir. Waiting on affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Knowledge. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Knowledge. Knowledge. Waiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction complete. ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting.
Building. On board. Captain.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Wait, acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Waiting order. Affirmative. Vehicle. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Construction
Vehicle
complete.
reporting.
New construction options. Training.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Waiting orders. Acknowledge.
Ready.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Waiting orders. Yes, acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Building.
Waiting order. Acknowledge.
Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
Training. Unit ready.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Reporting. Yes, sir. Waiting.
Unit ready.
Acknowledge.
Construction complete. Training. Building.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. I'm here. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Waiting. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Building.
Waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Building.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Engineering.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle acknowledged. I'm here. Waiting orders. Acknowledged.
New construction options.
Waiting. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Waiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Gates unstrung.
Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, acknowledged. Vehicle. Affirmative.
On hold. Unit ready. Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes,
Structure solar.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Reporting. Yep. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Building.
Affirmative.
Unit
Knowledge.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Ready and waiting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledge. I'm here.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, Roger. Affirmative. Right away, sir.
Building. Construction complete. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Vehicle. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Report. Affirmative. Waiting. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Building.
Waiting. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Vehicle report more affirmative.
Unit ready.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Building. Unit lost.
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, affirmative. Sir. Acknowledge.
Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, affirmative. Reporting. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds.
Reporting. Waiting order. Report. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Report. Acknowledge.
Unit ready. Structure sold. Structure sold.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Knowledge. Knowledge. Affirmative. Knowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Knowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Knowledge. Affirmative.
ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Time to rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yes, sir. Waiting on acknowledge. Affirmative. Report. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yo, time to rock
Yes,
and
sir.
roll.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Yeah, time to rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting orders. Waiting orders. Reporting. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, acknowledge. Yes, sir. Reporting. Reporting. Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledge. Waiting orders.
Building. On hold. Cancel.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Yo, I'm on it. I'm
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yeah, time to...
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Reporting. Acknowledge. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Come on!
Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge.
Missile ready. Select target.
Vehicle report. Acknowledge.
Yeah, I'm...
Reporting. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Report. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Yo,
Acknowledge.
time to rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yo, time to rock and roll. Yo, time to rock.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative.
Yes, I'm on it. Time to...
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Yo, time to rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Awaiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Acknowledge.
Select target.
Yep. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Select target. Missile launch detected.
Yes, sir. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Right away, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting.
Building.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir, I'm on it. Time to rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
EM pulse detected.
Yeah, okay.
Unit ready.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir, I'm on it.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes. Acknowledge. Report. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. 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 Yes. Acknowledge. Yes. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Waiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting.
Yes, I'm on it.
Yes. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Unit
Yeah.
lost.
I'm on it. I'm on down to rock and roll.
Waiting.
Lost.
Waiting orders. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes.
Yo.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah,
Affirmative.
I'm on it.
Waiting orders. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. I'm on it.
Yes. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Yeah, I'm on it. I've got a present for you. I'm on it.
Yes. Acknowledge.
Yeah, down to rock and roll. I'm on it.
Yes. Affirmative.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Waiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yes. Affirmative. Yes. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Your money, Bob.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, affirmative. Acknowledge. Awaiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Awaiting order. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, acknowledge.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Awaiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Vehicle reporting. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. 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 Vehicle reporting.
Unit
Acknowledge.
lost. EM
Affirmative.
pulse
Yes,
detected.
sir. Affirmative. Waiting
Unit
order.
lost. Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yeah, rocking out the press now.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Unit lost.
Yes, affirmative. Acknowledge.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Yes, sir. I've got a press.
Waiting acknowledge.
Yes, sir. I'm on it.
Unit
Yo,
lost.
I'm on it.
Yes, affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Acknowledge.
Yeah,
Waiting order.
rock and roll.
Reporting. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Yo, time to rock and roll.
Vehicle report. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Yo, look.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledge.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Yeah, time to rock and roll.
Vehicle report. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. 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 Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Waiting order. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Awaiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yo, I'm on it, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Select target. Missile launch detected.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.